Hello, 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 friends. It's Judy Klock here at Stamping with Crafty Clock. I'm sorry, I have a terrible echo in my ear, so it sounds off. So bear with me. I'm trying a new service called StreamYard, which hopefully will allow me to have both myself and my desk on the video. So I'm going to test it out with this lesson at lunch and we'll see how it goes. All right, so I'm going to bring my desktop into the video so that you can see what we're going to be working on today. And here we go. Oh, okay, there we go. And let me just rearrange it. And there we go. So now my desk should be big and I am small. So this is a fun little fancy fold card that's really easy because it's all straight cuts and just some score lines. But look at how cute that is. I think you'll really like it. And I'm using the cup of tea set, which I think is a beautiful set. I wasn't really sold on this at first, but the more I saw it, the more I like it. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm using our sweet sorbet, and I have a piece of cardstock that was cut to 11 by 5.5. I've scored it at 1 3/4, 3.5, 5 1/4, and 7. And don't worry about writing these down. I will update the comments later to include the score lines. So it'll be there for you. Then we also need a piece that is 5 by 2.5, and we've scored that one at 2.5. I have another little piece that is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. I have 2 pieces of basic white that are 2 by 2. I have a piece of petal pink that is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. I have 2 pieces of designer series paper that are 1.5 by 5 1/4. And I have a piece of our basic white that is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. So the card is just 1/4 of an inch narrower than our standard card. And then I did a die cut teacup from the Tea Boutique DSP. This is all the Tea Boutique DSP. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my basic white down here in the back of my cord, like what would be the inside. Okay. And I am out of Stampin' Seal, so I've got to use my liquid glue. All right. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to put the DSP in the first and third panels. So the second and fourth panels are going to be bare. Okay. So let's go ahead and put this in. I'm hoping I'm doing everything on screen. Okay. This is such pretty DSP. I like it. Let me move that. Okay. I've got another piece. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now let's do some stamping. Let's see. So on my little inside piece, I'm going to stamp I miss you, or let's get together, rather. And I have I'm pretty sure I had them somewhere. All right, so I've got Sweet Sorbet stamp pad, and I have left my Stampin' Pierce mat over on my other work desk. So let's hope I get a good stamp. Okay, we've got that. Let's get together. Then on this little one, I'm going to stamp the large outline of the tea bag label. I'm just going to kind of stamp it a little bit off the center. Then I've got, this is the I miss you, and I'm going to stamp that inside our little tea bag outline, and I'm going to stamp I miss you. Okay, because we're going to make that a little label, not the actual tea bag. And then I've got these little floral flourishes, I guess we're going to call them. And I'm just going to kind of stamp these just randomly. Okay, there we go. And then on my teacup, my die cut teacup, I'm going to stamp It's Time for Tea. I'm going to stamp that in our sweet sorbet. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp some more of these little flourishes on my teacup. Put one there. Oh, that didn't come out. Good. See, that's what happens when you... Okay. Not too good. Not too bad. And then I'll put one down here. Okay, there we go. So that's it for our stamping. So real simple, not a lot. Now let's go ahead and assemble our card. I'm just going to close up my ink pads first. And then, okay, so now I'm going to take my little 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 and I'm going to attach the Let's Get Together Soon. Okay. Okay. There we go. And then just gonna make sure that goes on straight. Oh boy. Somebody keeps, I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. So I apologize. Now we're going to add this one over here. Now this is going to be a little bit shorter because this was 2 inches, but that's okay. And then we're going to add our petal pink squink to the front of this. Okay. And then we'll put our teacup on last because we're going to use Stampin' Dimensionals. So now I'm going to put some tear and tape on these edges. Okay. And here's a little hint for you. When you're putting your tear and tape on, if you take one of our clear blocks and just kind of put it there and rip your tape, it does a pretty good job. Giving you a pretty straight line. Okay. There we go. All right, and I've got my pick tool. All right, so I'm going to take off one edge first. I'm going to pull my card base back in, and I'm going to line up this score fold with the score fold between the second and third sections. And I'm going to try to place it midway. Okay, I'm going to secure that. Now I'm going to come over here and take off this tear and tape cover. Okay, I'm going to put that over here. Make sure my tear and tape is. Uh-oh, here comes trouble. All right, and then we're going to put this one kind of in the middle because when this card closes, that will hide that little piece. Okay. And lastly, put that in there. And then lastly, I'm going to put on our teacup right here with our Stampin' Dimensionals. And I got a little bit of ink on there. So I'm going to try to put the teacup so it covers that little bobble. And if not, I'll put a gem over it. You can always cover our mistakes. All right. There we go. All right, now when we go to fold this, this one is going to become a valley fold. this becomes a mountain fold, a valley fold, and then these two are mountain folds. So it's kind of like a little accordion fold, but when it's closed, you can't see that little square underneath. And then when you open it, you got that. So it's a really quick and simple, fancy fold with not a lot of cutting, just some scoring, and that's it. All right, so that's it for this edition of Lesson at Lunch. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye, everyone.